Welcome to Soccer as We Like It, the Man United direction, and today we'll talk about the midweek clash between Man United and Crystal Palace. A very tough game, which was put right in between Man City and Arsenal. It's one of those postponed games during the death of Queen Elizabeth that this game was postponed. But here we are today. I'm joined with former Houston Red Army Louis, now Denver Red Army, but he will always be my Houston Red Army brother. Louis,
Always will be Houston Red Army, my
welcome
man.
to the show, brother.
Thank you, Tim. Good to see you again, my brother.
So, as it stands, Man United, yes, we are on a roll, 9 games in a row, victories, but do you think a lot of United fans were getting a bit carried away and expected to beat this Palace team, considering the fixture pile-up and our squad depth?
Of of course, of course, they were getting way too carried away, and you know it's going to happen, especially in American soccer culture. You know, as soon as we had some good games, we've had a fantastic run. Ten Hag is the man. He's doing amazing things, but the second I started to hear title race, I was like, you guys are going to be disappointed. You know what I mean? It's what we have done in the short period of time is nothing
Mm,
short of phenomenal. But we
right.
gotta we gotta stay grounded as a fan base. 100.
100%. I agree with you 100%. So we went to Palace, South London, going to North London on Sunday. Two big games. Crystal Palace was never going to be an easy fixture. I don't know why people just thought, well, some people are predicting 5-6-1, 5-0. Like, we don't score that many goals like that. But I don't know. When you saw that game today, playing Casemiro, when we had the big game tomorrow, and one yellow card away, I thought that was tempting faith.
Yeah, no, it was definitely something where I was like, if I'm Ten Hag, he has to play limited minutes. He has to play limited minutes, and the fact that he goes, the whole game, basically 80th minute, I think, is yellow card, and he's visibly exhausted. He's our best player in the midfield right now. He's a necessary player. I think that if you're Ten Hag, the only excuse I could probably give is he thought that without Casemiro, maybe we lose. Um, maybe without Casemiro, the midfield falls apart and we give up, and maybe we give up 2 goals. But he gambled and lost for
Right.
sure. Because even if even if you pull him out earlier and Crystal Palace do still score, it's a draw and you get to keep Casemiro going into the weekend.
Right.
And yeah, just leaving him on was a very, very poor choice from a manager who has been doing very well.
Right. So some people say that United players looked lethargic, they looked heavy, they looked leggy because of the fixture pile-up. Some of them played in the World Cup. Do you think that was one of the contributing factors, or United just felt a bit off today?
Nothing, or should I say, we're living in an unprecedented time, right? This has never happened, where we have an international tournament in the middle of in the middle of the Premier League where we break for so long. Um, and of course, the best players last longer in those tournaments. And now you come back, and I heard today we have a midweek fixture basically until March.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's an incredibly stacked schedule. It's a busy schedule, and it is not fair to expect any player to go 3 games a week or go game in, game out,
Mm.
and not be tired, and not have it affect. It says something about our depth as well. We don't trust our bench. We don't trust our depth.
From your perspective, is that bench good enough? Is
I
it
mean,
deep enough to
of course
go
it's
these
not.
fixtures?
Yeah, of course it's not. I mean, especially so it depends on the way you look at it, I guess. If you look
Mm.
at it as like a rebuild,
Mm.
it's an okay bench. They can get us through some games. They can get us through fixtures. If you're looking at it is, we need to get back to Man United, then of course it's not. It's not
It's not
a
a title bench.
It's not a title bench. It's not, it's not a Champions League bench, it's it's what, it's where are we and where are we trying to go? And I think for where we are, I think we're doing all right. I mean, comfortably third. The draw is not what you want, but
Right.
it's a point,
Right.
and again, I think are we at 7 points now in 3 games? I mean,
Yes.
that's a good place to be. It's not a bad place to be. But to have such little faith in your bench that you keep a crucial player like Casemiro on, or even a crucial player like Rashford, who was very desperate to score just because of, he's trying to break records in that, and just couldn't do it. He's just, by the end of the game, they're both very, very tired. Yeah, no, it's tough. Your front three, your subs are all, they're young, they're kids.
Right.
And then your midfield is Scooby Doo, the Scott McTominay, and
Scooby-Doo.
and just guys that aren't, that are not necessarily prepared to take over. I definitely still would have subbed regardless. I think that even if you go more defensive overall and you say, okay, we have a 1-0 lead, we just need to keep it. I think you still risk less if you sub out Casemiro. I think leaving him
Right.
on, I think you just risk too much.
Right. Right. So, in your from your perspective, did United do enough to win that game, or Crystal Palace did enough to get a equalizer? Because if you look at that lineup, it had, I mean, Wan-Bissaka, he saved that last minute chance which Zaha was about to literally bury,
Yeah,
and De
and
Gea, man of what was your
yeah.
perspective? You think United did enough to win the game?
I'm definitely repeating a talking point that I heard earlier today, but it's very difficult to keep clean sheets away from home. It's, you're on the road. It's Crystal Palace, who's not a bad team.
Mm-mm.
They've always been somewhat of a pacey team.
Mm.
They've always, they have players that can score, especially at home.
Mm.
So you definitely don't do enough. You have to score more, if you want to walk away with a win, like a guaranteed win. A 1-0 game is never a cushion. Everyone will say that. You hear it all the time. So no, you definitely don't do enough. Now, I mean, there's still moments of brilliance. I think Luke Shaw had a very, very good first half. I think that Wan-Bissaka saved the game. He had that tackle right at the end. Zaha, I think he was like 1-on-1, and he comes
Mm.
from behind. And that is the Wan-Bissaka that we know and love, and that we called the Spider, for so long. Um, Side note, I never thought that Wan-Bissaka was as bad as everybody said he was. I don't ever remember him having a long string of games where he was terrible. I don't know why people rag on him so much. I really like Wan-Bissaka, but had a great finish to the game. But yeah, overall, chances created in the first half, you have to take them. And then second half, I don't think you really create chances at all. So no, definitely not enough to deserve a win. No, it's definitely.
Right, right. Okay, that makes sense. So, because a lot of fans, I've been on social media, and the fans is like livid. It's only Crystal Palace. Yes, it's only Crystal Palace by name, but on paper, it's only Crystal Palace. But literally, they played well. They were not gonna lose. They've made sure they didn't lose.
And
They
they're and
fought
they're
hard.
they're not in a relegation battle either.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's not, they're mid-table. Where are they on the
Yeah,
table? I'm
mid-table.
not sure. Somewhere in the middle, but I mean,
Yeah,
those are crucial points from like a season-long standpoint. Like,
yeah.
you want to grab those points, those mid-table teams and that.
Mm.
But also those are the tests, because
There you go.
you play more mid-table teams and lower teams than you do top six teams. So with a condensed schedule, with Carabao Cup, with FA Cup, with Europa League, with the World Cup, like, you're playing so many games that somewhere it's gonna give. And
Yeah.
and what we can say is, look, it's a draw that feels like a loss, but it's still a draw.
Right.
It's
Right.
a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't know if we win that game.
Mm.
If you look over the course of the last 10 years with such a condensed schedule, I don't know if you win that game. So
Mm.
getting a point out of a midweek game against a mid-table club,
Right.
such fatigue, I think is progress. I think it's
Right.
it's a step in the right direction. But I think, I think the outrage comes from people drinking the tea a little bit and hearing the term title race and thinking, oh yeah, we're unstoppable when we're still in a rebuild.
Yeah. So this game is done. Bruno scored a good goal.
Oh,
What did you
fantastic.
think of Workhurst today? People slagging him off like he's a
I
donkey. I thought that was
don't.
a bit harsh.
It's again one of those moments where it's like I don't know what you expected. He's he's gonna put in a shift. He's big, he's physical, he's strong. He's gonna put in a shift, and I thought his moments, his hold up play was pretty good. His link up play was okay. I don't think he's gonna break the internet with worldies and crazy 30-yard goals and this kinds of things. I think he is a player that coming off the bench, I think he can score goals for us, and he'll
Right.
probably pick up maybe nine, 10 goals a season, something decent, but he's not gonna fight for top goal scorer.
Golden boot.
He is not the answer to our striker
He's not
problem.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
But no, he's miles from any type of top striker, but he is a crucial piece of what you need to continuously be successful. You need someone who can come on and finish up a game for you.
Right.
And maybe score an extra goal that gives you the cushion. Maybe if it's a 1-0 or something like that, you bring him on. Maybe you can score a goal, or if it's you don't rely on him to come in like week in, week out and replace Martial or replace Rashford. It's that's not the type of player he is. He's a very much utility player.
Right.
He's done okay at Besiktas, which is not easy. The Turkish league is not easy. He did okay for Burnley, which is not easy to be, a mid to bottom table club and score. So
Scraping.
yeah, I think what I have my old boss is from the Netherlands, and he knows all the Dutch players. I asked him, and he's like, if you want somebody that's going to come in and fight for you, that's the guy.
Right. He did it against Argentina.
Like a old school Roy Keane type. Like he's going to come in, he's going to kick at you, he's going to bother you, he's gonna try to win balls high. So yeah, very very utility. I don't people who are already ragging on him saying, oh, he's too slow or oh, he's this and he's that. I just don't think they understand what his role is in the club.
Exactly. I thought it's only the first game. I mean, he probably even. I mean, yeah, he's played in the Premier League, but that's Burnley. This is Manchester
And he's had
United.
2 sessions. He's had 2 training sessions with United. So and then he's going to come in and play essentially a full game. Like that's not easy asking somebody to do right off the bat. And
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right. This game's done. It's over. We got Arsenal on Sunday. Table toppers, trendsetters. Can United get a result at the Emirates without Casemiro?
It's gonna be incredibly difficult, isn't it? I mean, I think that if you have Casemiro, if you have everybody that you want, you're already the underdogs going in.
Right.
I think Arsenal are flying. I think we've had an amazing run of games, but it is going to probably be the most difficult test up until this point in the season. It's gonna be a very very hard game. I will never write United off. I will always be super optimistic. If you play it right, I think Ten Hag is somebody who's a brilliant tactician. I think he's a great manager. I think he knows what he wants. I think he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I would not be surprised if he could go in there and maybe, if not get a point, maybe steal something. But it is going to be very, very difficult, and a loss is very much in the realm of possibility.
Well, so I'm gonna put you on the spotlight now. Predict your score, mate.
Probably 2-1 Arsenal.
Oops. Okay.
Yeah. But again, hopefully maybe a 1-0 to United.
Right, that makes sense. So, well, I mean, I'm concerned about that victory because a lot of people say if we beat Palace, you go in there putting pressure on Arsenal. They're like, people start to look like, wow, these guys are on fire. You know what I mean? The pressure's already on Arsenal, but dropping a point, okay, it don't matter. But Arsenal, I'm not gonna underestimate Arsenal at all. They've been very good at home. So
Yeah.
United have to be, and I mean organized. This is not a game whereby you're gonna go there. You got to be very tactical because they have the young guns who are like they're on fire, and the confidence is there. If Arsenal score first, the momentum will be with them. See what I mean? United got to be very careful at the back, not get drawn into stupid fouls, and do not make United just have to be very careful. Seriously, they just got to be careful. I'm predicting a 2-2 draw. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. But I would love a 3-2 victory with Worker scoring the last minute header and
Yeah.
upper corner kick
Yeah.
a minute to go. That'd be absolutely brilliant. But that's football. Dreams are free. But Louis, thank you so much for joining us on such a short notice. I'm glad you're having a nice time in Denver. Always come back to see us. You're always part of our family. Love you, brother. So we will
Absolutely,
see
man.
you. We'll talk to you on Sunday, probably after the game, and we'll probably have
Good.
your family members here with us, and we'll be talking about Houston Red Army. Talk about good news or bad news, whichever
Good
way
news or
it
bad
goes.
news, it's going to be one or the other.
All right, Louis, you have a nice evening. From all of us,
Yes,
don't
thank
forget
you
to
so
like,
much, man.
share, and subscribe. Louis, thank you for joining us. We shall see you on the next one. It's glory,
Thank you.
glory, Man
Man
United.
United, baby.
See you guys soon, brother. Take care. Bye bye.